Sixth grade Excel, lesson 130, adding positive and negative integers. All right, let's take a look at these here. It says on the number line above, the problem 2 plus 1 equals 3 is modeled. So we always start at 0, and we go ahead 2 for the 2, and then we add one more to get to 3. It's just showing you a simple problem that you already understand. First, move 2 units to the right, and then one more to the right. Movement to the right is to the right because the numbers are positive. If there is no sign indicating whether a number is positive or negative, the number is considered positive. So when we see 2 plus 1 equals 3, that's a positive number, that's a positive number, that's a positive number. We do not need to write positive 2 plus positive 1 equals positive 3. You assume that the numbers are positive when they have no sign before them. Okay, now if on the number line above, we have the problem negative 2 plus negative 1 equals negative 3. Start at 0, we're doing negative 2, we're putting a negative 1 with that, and we get negative 3. First move 2 units to the left, and then one more to the left. Movement is to the left because the numbers are negative. Okay, on the number line above, the problem negative 1 plus positive 1 is equal to 0 is modeled. First moved negative 1 to the left because it's a negative number, and then move 1 unit to the right because the second number 1 is positive. Negative 1 is the opposite of positive 1 because when they are combined the result is 0. And that means that negative 8 and positive 8 are going to be 0. Negative 10, positive 10, 0. Any number that's the same with the positive and the negative sign, when we put them together, they're the opposite of each other and they result in a 0. Integers are all whole numbers plus all their opposites. 0 is also an integer, even though it is not positive or negative. Positive mixed numbers and decimal numbers also have negative opposites, but they are not called integers. So all these numbers over here are integers because they're whole numbers. Negative 7 is an integer, 2,222 is an integer. This is not an integer. It's a negative, but it's got the fraction 1/2 on there. No fractions in integers. Remainder, can't have a remainder in integers. Can't have decimals in integers. Can't have a fraction. We can't have an improper fraction in integers. It says for each point to the right of 0 listed below, identify its opposite to the left of 0. So m is right here. That's at positive 1. The opposite of that would be negative 1. So they put h right here for negative 1. Let's try one of these together. K, let's find k. K is right here. 0, 1. K is at the 1, 2, 3, 4. This is being divided into 4 pieces. So that's positive 1/4. So we'd go on the opposite side of this 0 line to find the same distance on the other side to find the opposite of positive 1/4, which would be negative 1/4 at the letter J. Notice it's the same distance away from 0. So I could even measure this from here to here is the exact same thing as from here to here. That's what makes it the opposite. Just like on the first one, m from here to here is the same as from here to here. From 0 to that number. It's always going to be the same. Okay, why don't you try just number 6 and 7. Turn off the video to do those and then turn it back on to see if you're getting these answers correct. All right, number 6. Oh, by the way, that was J. Okay, number 6, L. Well, how far away from the 0 is that? About that far, which is 1/2, so negative 1/2 at I would be the correct opposite of positive 1/2. N is a little bit past positive 1, and you can see it's about that far away. We do the same thing on this side. We get the letter G. All right, now go ahead and do the rest of these. Pause the video, turn it back on when you've made it up to number 13. O. What's the opposite of O? Well, O is almost at 2. That's at 1 3/4. So the opposite of that, negative 1 3/4, which would be right there. So I'm going to put the letter F for that one. P is at positive 2. So the opposite at negative 2 is the letter E. Q is a little bit past the 2. 2 at 1/4. Positive 2 1/4. Negative 2 1/4, you have to go a little bit past at D. Now, if you put F for that one, you're not thinking of this correctly because this is 1, this is 2, and that would be 2 1/4 to there, just like it's 2 1/4 to right there. F would be at 1 3/4. Okay, R is at 2 1/2, so we go start at the 0, go down to 2 1/2. That would be C. Number 12, S, is all the way out at positive 3, so negative 3, that's at B. And T, 3 1/4, all the way down to negative 3 1/4 at A. All right, now we're going to, it says use the number line to compute the answers to the problems. What I'd like to do is teach you a different method for solving these, which you probably have already learned from me. You're in my class, but this is the cats and dogs method to doing this. There's a few steps involved. Rather than using the number line, which is pretty hard, pretty complicated, try doing the problems like this. We'll do a couple of them together. First step is that you're going to scribble out all positive symbols. And this answer is already given to you, but we're just going to do it anyway. And then you want to circle the number with any sign that's before the number. Okay, so it could be 2 signs or 3 signs or whatever. So I've circled the 2 with the negative sign before it. I've circled the 3. There are no signs before it. Remember, no signs means that it's positive. And the reason we're scribbling out the positive signs is to remove any kind of confusion. So this 2 circled is, we're going to consider the negative numbers to be cats. So what I have in this problem is 2 cats. And the 3 that I circled, there's no symbol, so those are dogs. So those are 3 dogs. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a canceling out, or a fight between the cats and the dogs. And this cat and this dog fight each other, and they're gone. And this cat and this dog fight each other, and they're gone. So what I'm left with is 1 dog, or positive 1 for my answer. And that should work for all of these. You just scribble out the positive sign. Do this with me. Scribble this out, okay? Circle the 2. Circle the 3 with any sign before it. This 2 has no signs at all before it, so that's 2 dogs. This 3 has a negative sign before it, so that's 3 cats. These 2 dogs fight off these 2 cats, and we're left with 1 cat at the end. Cats are negative, so the answer is 1, negative 1. Okay, let's do one more together. Circle this one. Circle this one. Oh, we scribble out this plus sign here. Circle this. Now what we have is 4 with a negative sign and 5 with a negative sign. So I've got 4 cats, and over here I've got 5 cats. Now notice that there's no fighting that takes place. There's no dogs to fight with these cats. All I have is a bunch of cats. How many cats do I have? I have 9 cats altogether. So the answer is negative 9. All right, you go ahead and try, let's just have you do 17 and 18 using the cats and dogs method. Pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready to see the solution. Okay, so I'm going to circle this. I'm going to scribble out any positive sign. Circle that one. So this is 5 cats, right? And then this is 7 dogs. Pretty soon you'll get too good at this and you won't have to write the cats and the dogs. These 5 cats cancel out 5 of these dogs over here. What I'm left with is 2 dogs, or positive 2 for my answer. All right, the next one, scribble out any positive signs. Circle the 3, circle the negative 9. I have 3 dogs, because positives are dogs, there's no sign there. I have a negative sign before the 9, and so I'm going to do 9 cats. And these 3 dogs cancel out these 3 cats, and I have 6 cats left, so the answer is negative 6. All right, go ahead and do 19 through 22. Pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready for the solution. Okay, I'm getting rid of any positive signs, circling the numbers with any sign before it. I can see I have 4 cats there, and I have 8 dogs. These 4 cats cancel out these 4 dogs, and I've got 4 dogs left, so the answer is positive 4. Scribble out the signs here. You should have this on your paper just like this. And I've got 1 dog, 1 positive, and 6 cats. And this 1 dog is going to fight that 1 cat. I'm going to be left with 5 cats left, negative 5. All right, scribble out the positive sign, circle the negative 4, circle the negative 7. I have no dogs here at all. I've only got 4 cats and 7 cats. That makes a total of 11 cats, negative 11. I could draw all the C's, but that's really what I'm going to be getting there. All right, and I'm scribbling out the positive sign, circling. I've got 9 dogs. And I've got 6 cats because there's a negative sign before that one. And so these 6 cats are going to fight with these 6 dogs and leave me with 3 dogs. So the answer is positive 3. And here are all the answers as given to you on the paper. So thanks for watching.